Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi here. Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes on a good looking Sunday here as we take a look at the satellite loop. Nice clear skies for the most part from Maine all the way down through the Carolinas and back through the Ohio Valley. Just got a couple of patchy clouds moving through parts of upstate New York and Pennsylvania, and they're dissipating for the most part as they move to the east. Really don't see any big complications going forward for the rest of the holiday weekend. We're looking good. Uh, you got 2 out of 3 for the most part. Some places yesterday didn't see any shower or thunderstorm activity. A lot of places did. So for those of you who didn't see it yesterday, for you, it's mostly 3 out of 3. So looking at the east, the full U.S. view, we're seeing the thunderstorms moving across the northern plains. And that really is about it. There's some shower and thunderstorm activity scattered off the southeast coast of the United States, and we've got clouds up in the Pacific Northwest. But other than that, most of the country doing okay on this Memorial Day, particularly east of the Mississippi. This is radar, by the way, is as of 9:35 a.m. Eastern Time. So if you're watching this later on, obviously it's dated. We've got activity going on. Also in the Pacific Northwest, the Southwest is mostly quiet. The Gulf states are quiet. Florida is quiet. So at least for the East, you couldn't have asked for a better setup for the Memorial Day weekend. Enhanced risk of severe weather today includes a 5% tornado risk across the northern plains into Minnesota and western Wisconsin. As we move ahead to tomorrow, virtually the same area has risk, with slight risk extending down into Kansas, enhanced risk up in Minnesota and the eastern Dakotas. On day 3, and this is for Tuesday into Wednesday, we're looking at risk from the Great Lakes through the middle Mississippi Valley down into the southern plains, with an enhanced risk being indicated for parts of Kansas and Missouri. And we do have a day 4 risk in upstate New York, and also in upstate New York in the Hudson Valley, into western Vermont, western Mass, and Massachusetts, and also a small area of slight risk from Texas northeastward to Oklahoma. After that, it's pretty much predictability too low for the rest of the way. Rainfall this week is really not going to amount to very much, if any at all. We're looking at generally under a quarter of an inch, in some instances even under a tenth. And the areas that are going to be getting hit with rain this week: southern Florida up to several inches, particularly South Florida, Miami, and points southward down into the Keys. A lot of tropical moisture that's going to be in the mix over the next 7 days. Also, we're looking at 1 to 2 inch plus rains in parts of the central and southern plains, and also up in the northern plains back through the northern Rockies, anywhere from 1 to maybe as much as 2 or 3 inches of liquid precip there. So the big issue this week, actually there's 2 issues, if you want to call them big, because they're really not that big. The first thing is the fact that we are going to see our temperatures continue to rise. There's nothing really that's going to stop that from happening. As we take a look at the European model run from last night, you're noticing that you've got mostly a west wind with those isobars the way it's setting up. You've got a nice looking high that is out in the Atlantic, and you see it here, right there, and our winds are coming in. There's just enough of a west wind here to keep the sea breeze at bay in most places, and we're going to be looking at temperatures that are going to be rising up. For today, we're going to be in the upper 70s and low 80s. For tomorrow, from northeast Virginia to southern New England, we're going to be in the mid 80s to around or just over 90. And for Tuesday, we're going to be in the low to mid 90s, as that high is still in control. Now, Tuesday night, there's a little backdoor cold front. It's kind of hard to see because honestly, it's pretty weak. It is right in here. That's going to be backing from the northeast to the southwest. This is Tuesday afternoon. So once that front passes, you're going to see the winds probably turn more to the east and southeast. It doesn't get too far south and west of New York City. It's kind of sitting almost right on top of the coastline there. Let me just fix this up on the let me just draw it in for you. So this is Wednesday morning. The back door is right about here. So Wednesday's going to be one of these days where if you're north and west of, say, New York City, you're probably going to be in the 70s, and the coastal areas will be in the 60s, while if you go south and west of New York City, particularly south and west of Philadelphia, you're going to be in the upper 80s to around 90 degrees. We're also going to throw in the chance that there could be some scattered thunderstorms late in the day. There's a cold front that's going to try to come through. And then as we move on into Thursday, this is a little bit tricky here for Thursday. Does the front get hung up? The GFS says no. The European says yes for a short time. And then there's a little wave that comes through Thursday night into Friday morning. And then after that, it looks like we go into next weekend, which should be a dry and let's call it on the warm side type of weekend. So nothing major going on this week. It's mostly from day to day. Tuesday's the hottest day. Backdoor cold front cools it off for Wednesday. Chance of thunderstorms, let's say later Wednesday evening, scattered around. And then perhaps on Thursday, there might be some scattered around with an upper trough and that lagging front being very close by. And then we'll dry out nicely for next weekend. No Joe and Joe weather show. I'm not sure yet when Joe's going to be back from his vacation, but it will resume one day this week. And as soon as I know, I will let you know. Have a great day.